Hi, I'm Angela, and I'd like to welcome you to the Victor Farmington card making class. But today we're not going to be making cards, we're going to be doing some quilling. Let me tell you a little of the tools that you're going to be needing, and then we'll go and start to quill. The first thing that you're going to need is to have a quality trimmer. I like the Fiskars trimmer. The trimmer that I purchased is 6 inches because when I make cards, I like having the full 6 inches. I also like having a little bit of wire here so I can see exactly where I'm cutting. I like my blade to be made out of titanium because it lasts longer. We're going to do a little bit of stamping on our cards, so I want to make sure I have a quality ink. For black, I like StazOn. You can get this anywhere from Michael's to Joann's. It makes a very crisp stamp as you are using it. If you take good care of your stamps, they'll last a long time. So you want to make sure that you have a quality stamp cleaner. So just a stamp cleaner for StazOn and a chamois, well-used chamois, does a great job for cleaning stamps. To actually do the stamping, I like to use something called a Stamparatus. Stamparatus is from Stampin' Up. There are other brands out there. But this is the one that I tend to like the best. All right, you put your stamp on there, very simple. You put paper underneath, press it down, and you have a very easy stamp. If you don't have a Stamparatus, you can also use an acrylic block like this, and it works just as well. For quilling, you're going to need a quilling tool, which has been included in your kit. You're going to need a nice pair of scissors. And you're going to need a toothpick. And yes, I've been quilling today, so it's got glue on it. Another thing that helps out is a silicone mat. This one is also from Stampin' Up. I'm not sure where else you can get it, and I don't know for sure if the cooking ones will work, but I know this works great. You need to have, my stomach is growling, sorry guys. You need to have a tape runner, and you need to have the punch. The punch is going to give you this design for your gift tag. All right, let's get started. Using your cutter, you want to cut your bottom piece, mine is red, 2 inches by 4 inches. Your top piece, which in my case is green, you want to cut it at 1.5 inches by 3 3/4. So when we actually have them put together, this part here is going to be level, but I'll have a red rim around the green. Now to make it easier to stamp, I'm actually going to stamp it right now using the Stamparatus. I'm going to put the green over here. I've already placed where I want the two from to go, but to do that, if you haven't placed it, you put your first piece on, whoops, just like so, push down, and it'll adhere to this plate. Now we're going to stamp it up with some StazOn ink. Make sure that's pushed in the corner all the way. Push down on it gently, and there I have my two from. If it didn't come clear, I can always go back, do it again, and make it a little bit more thick. We're going to take a second to clean the pad or the stamp. Again, a very well-used chamois. And that's done. Then you're going to take your tape runner and just put it on either side of the green. it's not going as fast as I want it to, we're going to use some glue, but I like using the tape runner. Glue it onto the red, tape it onto the red, whichever works. Now because I used glue, I can't make this, I can't use the punch right away. If I was going to just use a tape runner, I could easily punch it at the same time. But because I have glue, I need to let it dry a little bit. So we're going to put this to the side, and we're actually going to start to make this little mouse. All right. Inside your kit, you've got either gray or brown quilling paper. Okay. Quilling is really easy, and a friend of mine said the other day that she quills all the time. She just doesn't know it. She uses straws. So to make this, you want to put it into your quilling tool. It's got a little eye. Find that eye, put it through, all right, and then just twist it. I want to put my thumb at the edge here and a finger underneath here so it kind of stays in one plane. And I'm just going to twist. And it doesn't take very long. We should have Christmas music playing in the background. Okay, I'm going to take my toothpick. I want to make it a little bit longer. I messed up. And I took it out a little sooner than I should have. So what I'm going to do is slide it back in there as best I can. There it is. Slid back in. So if it comes off, just take a second, slide it back in. It'll work. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the glue again. Glue it right on here. Right on like so, and just keep twisting. And as you can see, it's getting bigger. And I'm not going to take it off again because for the mouse body, I actually want to put 3 of these silver ones together. So put a little glue on it. Stick them together. And keep going. At this point in time, you want to make sure that you have the 2 ends parallel to each other or snug up against each other, because this part you can't change. So you want it to be one straight line. You see that kind of?
Lower. There you go.
Okay. And then we just go and twist again. And the third one, we're going to twist almost all the way to the end. All right, we're just going to twist it up. I'm just making sure that it's staying fairly level. Here's the end. This part here that I have left is going to be the tail. Now I'm going to slide it off. Make it relatively flat. I can do that right on the table there. Take my toothpick and just put a little bit of glue on that and let it sit like so. How's that? All right, we're going to hold it for a second so that we make sure it glues. The silver one and the gold one, or the gray and brown that you have, has a little bit of a sheen on it, so it doesn't glue quite as fast as just plain paper, just so you can be aware of it. All right, when we start doing the other ones, it's going to be much easier. So your piece should look like this, kind of like a music note actually. Okay, we're going to take this other side and we're going to quill that part too. All right, we're going to take that. There we go. I have somebody giving me directions to make sure that we can see it. We're just going to quill it up a little bit, take it off, and then pull it out a little bit. And that will be the tail. Okay, so let's do the head now. The head is, you need to have about 1 3/4. And so what I'm going to do is kind of eyeball. It doesn't have to be perfect. So here's half of that, and then tear it. We're going to need this little piece because this is going to be the ears. All right, we're going to do a little differently. I'm going to glue it before I start twisting it, which is another way to do it. Both ways are fine to do it, to glue as you twist or twist ahead of time. When you have the long strips like I did for the body where there were 3 of them, I think it's easier to twist, to glue as you twist. This short one, I can just twist all at the same time. So go to the edge. Now sometimes this edge doesn't fit in properly, so you can go ahead and fold it in half and then put it in, and that gives it a little bit more firm, or a little bit more thickness in the eye so it doesn't come loose on you, all right? So once again, thumb over the top, finger on the bottom, and just twirl away. Quick and easy. Yep, we need Christmas music. My stomach's growling too much. All right, slide the tool off, glue this section here, twist this around, and just hold it for a second so that it will be, it'll be glued all the way. Easy as can be. So I have the head and the body now. Oh, we got some Christmas music on the background. The hair's the head and the body. Now this little bit, actually, should have it turned off.